Hey everybody, this is Spencer, Defense Training. Check us out, defensetraining.org or Facebook/Defense Training. You can go check our YouTube channel out as well. And you can link it off of our Facebook page. Something I want to go over today, what I'm seeing all across the country, all across the nation. Things have happened, whether justified, whether not justified. It takes two to tango per se. And there's things that I'm seeing, and one common denominator that I'm seeing either way of what I'm seeing, and I go over this in our concealed weapons classes, because I teach a lot of concealed weapons classes. My goal is to arm as many law-abiding citizens as I can to help them fight back against evil, fight back against criminals attacking them or somebody else. That is my goal, to get as many through our classes as we can. To teach them properly, to go over everything I can in our classes that I can. But what I am seeing is failure to comply with authority. What's happening across the country is people seem to have this mentality of, well, I don't have to do what you tell me. Well, if a police officer pulls you over, they're pulling you over for a reason, and there's things you need to do if you have a firearm on you. All the concealed weapons carriers out there, there's a lot of you out there, and there's things you need to do. Just because you're a law-abiding citizen, which 99.9999999% of concealed weapons carriers out there are. Most of your concealed weapons carriers don't commit crimes. There's like I think 401%. That actually commit crime. I think that's the statistics in South Carolina. 0.00001% have committed crimes that were concealed weapons carriers. So the crime rate per concealed weapons carriers is extremely low. It's almost non-existent. But there's things you need to do even though you are a law-abiding citizen. If a police officer pulls you over, there's things you need to do. If you've ever read the driving manual, they tell you to keep your hands at 10 and 2. When he pulls you over, get your hands to 10 and 2. This is 10 and 2. And most of your vehicles have a little button right there that you push and the window automatically rolls down. If it does so, push the button, 10 and 2. When the police officer approaches, he's going to probably say, driver's and registration, driver's license registration, or license and registration. Yes, sir, I can get it for you, but I am a concealed weapons carrier. I am armed. What would you like me to do? Please step out of your vehicle. Yes, sir. Keep your hands where I can see them. Yes, sir. Where's your firearm? It's on my right hip. Where's your wallet? It's in my right pocket. Please step out of the vehicle. Yes, sir. You know, there's reasons police officers have pulled you over. Maybe you were speeding. Maybe you didn't realize you were speeding. Maybe you ran a stop sign and you didn't realize it. Maybe you rolled through the stop sign, rolled through the red light, and he saw you and he pulled you over. Maybe your car matches a description of an armed robbery that just happened. Might not have been you. That's fine. But if you do what the police officer tells you to do at that point in time, more than likely, everything's going to be okay. Please step out of the vehicle and step over to the back of the vehicle for me, please. Yes, sir. You step out of the vehicle. Please get your hands out the window. Yes, sir. Get your hands out the window. Please step out of the vehicle and do the hokey pokey. Left or right foot. You do what he tells you to do. If you do this, 99.99999% of the time, nothing else is going to happen. Please step to the vehicle, step to the rear. I need to disarm you for my safety. Yes, sir. Please hand me your firearm, and you hand it to them how they tell you to hand it to them. Or, turn around, put your hands behind your back. I'm going to cuff you for my safety, and then I'm going to disarm you for my safety. Yes, sir. You do it. It's not worth getting shot over because you think you're in the right and he's in the wrong. It doesn't matter. If he's in the wrong, if he treats you badly, if he roughs you up without cause, without reason, if he does all this stuff that he shouldn't be doing, there's plenty of cameras in the patrol car. Most of them have vest cameras anymore. They're recording everything they do. There's plenty of that. If you need to, you take them to court. It is much better for you to comply, maybe even get a little roughed up if that's where it goes, and take them to court later on because you can live to see that court date. If you reached in, if you say, yes, I got my gun, and you reach for your gun, more than likely he's going to shoot you. He doesn't know you. Okay, you're a concealed weapons carrier, who cares? He doesn't know you. Why are you going for your gun when he didn't tell you to go for your gun? Do what he tells you. Keep your hands where he can see you. It's not worth it, guys. It is not worth it. Now most of you out here is like, well duh, that's common sense. Yes it is. But there's a lot of guys out there, a lot of people, I say guys, a lot of guys and gals out there that get this mentality, well I wasn't doing nothing wrong. It doesn't matter. That police officer doesn't know you. He doesn't know anything about you. You just told him you have a gun and you just reach down for it. Or you're not doing what he's telling you to do. That'd make me jumpy. That'd make me a little nervous. Do what they tell you to do. Our goal is to go home for the night. Their goal is to go home for the night. And they don't know who you are. Just do what they tell you. That's all you gotta do. You get pulled over or one approaches you, stay still. Get your hands where I can see them. Don't keep doing this. Don't reach down. Don't reach over. Yes, sir. You can see my palms, you see everything. Make eye contact with him. Yes, sir. Whatever you want, sir. Be respectful. Yes, they do have the authority figure at that point in time. Yes, they do have that. Respect them. Show them respect. Yes, sir. No, sir. What would you like me to do, sir? Yes, sir. That's all you got to do. If you would do that, guess what? It'll all be good at the end of the day. Okay, he pulls you over and he has you on the side of the road for 2 hours. I'd much rather be on the side of the road for 2 hours than be shot. That's just it. That's the end. I'd rather be on the side of the road for 2 hours than be shot. Do what the police officer tells you to do. If you do what the police officer tells you to do, you get to drive away with your nice little ticket, or maybe, hey, this just matched the description of somebody that they were looking for. I pulled you over, checked to see if it was. They have that right. Have a nice day. Or it's a driver's license check. And typically you have enough time to driver's license check. I've got my hands at 10 and 2, or I have my license out the window and I have my one hand at 2 and I'm handing him my license. The last 2 times I was at driver's license check, I put my concealed weapons permit on top of my license. He asked, are you armed? Yes, sir, I am. Where's your gun? I told him. He said, keep your hands where I can see them. Yes, sir. I hear. He handed me my concealed weapons permit back. He said, I don't need it. I said, okay. I laid it on my little console right here. I laid it on top and put my hand back at 2. Kept my hands at 10 and 2. He walked around. He checked my license plate. He walked back. He looked at my license. He said, here you go, sir. You have a nice day. I said, yes, sir. You too. Thank you, sir. And guess what? I drove off. He didn't know me. He didn't know who I am. Not these particular officers did. Now I do know a lot of law enforcement officers, but these didn't know who I was. Probably never seen me in their life. But you show them respect. You give them that respect. Okay, you get a police officer come up to you that's got a bad attitude. Maybe he had a bad day. Maybe he just got off a call and something happened with kids. That happens a lot. Domestic violence, domestic abuse against kids. Happens a lot. These police officers see this stuff every day in, day out. Make their job easier. Be respectful. Say yes, sir. No, sir. Have a good day, sir. And at the end of the day, we all go home. That's what we're looking for. We all want to go home. That's all we want. And there's a lot of you that go through areas that, yes, you're going to have a lot of license checks. Yes, you may get pulled over. Yes, there may be higher crime. And yes, they may look at you a little harder. And yes, they may pull you over more, or they may approach you more. Just be respectful. That's all you got to do. That's it. That's all. And you'll go home. And for the few criminals out there watching this that are armed, if you want to go home, and you have a gun on you, do what the police tell you to do. Yes, you're going to go to jail, but at least you'll survive to go to jail and not be shot. Because there's a lot of the criminals out there that, oh, I'm a big bad criminal. Yeah, you're not so bad when you get shot and killed. Do what they tell you to do, and you'll live another day. So maybe you can get your life straightened out. There's been a few criminals out there. In fact, there's a guy that's on YouTube right now. He's an ex-con. He tells you that he's an ex-con. He tells you he got arrested many, many, many times. He tells you that he was always armed when he got arrested. He said, but not once did he get shot. Not once did he get tased. Not once did he even get roughed up. Because he did what they told him to do. They have guns. He had his hands in there, and he complied. Comply, and there won't be any cause for them to shoot you. There won't be any reason in their mind to shoot you. Just because you don't think you should be shot, even you law-abiding concealed weapons carriers, you don't need to put it in their mind that, hey, what is this guy doing? Boom, boom, boom. They don't know. Don't reach for your gun. 10 and 2. Hands in the air. Do what they tell you to do. This is just a public service announcement, I guess, from Defense Training. Our goal is to go home at night. Our goal is to live a nice, healthy life. Our goal is to avoid these types of circumstances. Just do what they tell you to do. Spencer Defense Training. Stay safe, stay armed.